Good morning, everyone. I don't have this video very well planned out, probably like the last two, but I wanted to hop on in real time as things are developing as far as my health goes and share with all of you so that the emotions are real, or my thoughts are real, or the events are real. So as to when I will post this, it will be after the event, after I've shared things more fully with those in my circle. But here we go. So yesterday afternoon, I received the results of my biopsy. So I had the biopsy on Monday, so this was Wednesday afternoon, and they are positive. So I do have breast cancer, and this is the first time that I've actually said the C word out loud. I think I referred to it as other things as I was having the discussions with my partner Tom and my two kids, and that's all that knows right now. I've contained it to this house. Again, this was just last night, and you know, it's one of those things that for those that have gone through this, or those who may be going through it or may go through it in the future, in today's world, the lab results come out to everybody at the same time. So as the patient, you receive the lab results at the same time that the doctors receive the lab results. So you have to make that choice. Do you open the file or not? And where I had just switched doctors, there's this whole thing where it actually went to my prior doctor's portal. And I wanted to make sure that the lab did in fact get it to my current doctor. And so I opened it. I did open it, and I had Tom on the phone, and I could hear him instantly packing up his stuff and coming home. So it was a little hard to decipher for those of us not in the science, but what it came down to, and it was obvious, was that I have cancer. And from there, I just got on the phone to make sure everybody had the reports that needed it, and kind of took a moment. And it wasn't until Tom got home that I was finally off the phone and able to really sit down with it, that the tears came. And it's not because I have been burying things. I'm very much not naive to what this could be, or maybe what this won't be, or every place in between, because I lost a good friend who battled breast cancer for I think 8 years, and is 6 years gone now, but she was in her 40s. I've lost a friend to ovarian cancer in her 30s. So I'm not saying ignorance is bliss by any means, but I'm trying to protect my energy. So I have not gone online and researched everything about breast cancer. I've left that to Tom. I have not looked at what next steps would be. I had not lined up an oncologist. I mean, the biopsy was scheduled. Well, let's look back at this. It was just a week and a half ago that I had the second mammogram. Biopsy was scheduled for a week and a half later, which was just now 3 days ago. And I decided for my own personal being to just take this one step at a time, because I didn't want to add stress to myself that was unnecessary, and I didn't want to get into a anxious and anxiety-ridden state. I didn't want that for myself. I didn't want that for my kids. So this is the approach that I've taken. I'm not saying it's the approach that everybody will take. My youngest happened to get home from high school at the time that I was just got off the phone and just read that. So he received some tears, and I felt a little bit badly for that, but I also think it's okay for him to see that rawness. It wasn't a lot of tears, but I didn't have a lot to tell him at the moment either. And so the three of us went downstairs and we worked on a puzzle. And we just sat there and we laughed a little bit and we worked on a puzzle until the call came in from my doctor about, 4:40 yesterday afternoon. And she was able to walk me through it. She was fantastic. She encouraged me to stay off the internet, which confirmed the approach I was taking. And the advice that she gave me was exercise, get out for walks in nature, and spend time with those I love. And I thought that was great advice. As far as the results and what she was able to confirm, some of my markers are good, which is a good sign as far as the cancer goes. But she said really the oncologist would dive deeper into the results and maybe do an MRI and all that. So take it one day at a time. She was fantastic. She told me who she would want as an oncologist if she had breast cancer, and she encouraged me to immediately get on the phone because of the hour. It was almost 10 of 5 by the time we hung up, that she would have her team on it immediately to get the referral over to the oncology center and with a request for that particular doctor and mark it urgent. And so my question to her was, are you saying urgent because of some of the markers? And she said, no, I'm saying urgent because I don't want you sitting with any of this and any of this anxiety. I want this moving along at a fast pace. So I am beyond thrilled with moving to this new doctor affiliation. They have all been so wonderful, and I'm thankful that that happened in 2024. As far as the rest, I hung up with her, got on the phone to the cancer center, and they're like, well, we actually do need the referral, because what they will do is take all of my records, I guess, and the referral, and they will triage with their team, hopefully today, and will be in touch with me to set up an appointment. So that's kind of where we left it, and I was able to wait a few minutes for my oldest to get home from work, and the 4 of us sat and kind of reviewed what I just told you a little bit and a few more details, and then we just hung out. And we hung out making dinner together, and we hung out eating, we hung out watching Ted Lasso again, and we snuggled, and that was it. I really am not bearing emotions. I am not naive to this. As I mentioned, I am just going to take this one day at a time. So the lessons for me at this point, obviously, I sat with this within the family for today. For yesterday. Today, I will probably go to that outer circle that I had initially shared with. But before I do that, I am going to sit with this a little bit to determine what I need to do for myself to protect my energy, to protect my anxiety, to protect me. So I'm not the best at creating boundaries, but I think in this instance I'm going to. My first reaction was a similar reaction that I had when I got divorced, which was, how can I be there for everybody else? And that's what I want to take care of before I start extending this out. That's not my priority. My priority is how do I set those boundaries now. So that's what I'm going to do this morning. It's really figuring out how I want to let this out into the world as it goes. Initially, I think I'm going to ask people to ask me if I want them to share their 2 cents as far as what they would do, or even asking me questions. I don't know a lot at this juncture, and I don't want it could be this, have you done this, did you do this, to stress me out. And I know everybody is coming from a place of love and concern and wanting me to be around, but I'm going to protect that. And if I want to hear their advice, I will give the green light to that. But if I am not in the place that I want to receive it, I'm going to try to put the red light up, or maybe a yellow light, I don't know. So that's kind of where I am now. I appreciate you kind of taking an interest in this. I hope that it's helpful to anybody in any way who may be going through it too. And yeah, I want to come on before I start expanding this out, and I'll let you know how that all goes. I have not told my parents. That's probably my next concern. They live an hour and a half away, so I need to figure out am I going to go up there and share it with them, or do I do it FaceTime, or what do I do? I know they're going to want to hug and squeeze me, but that's its own other set of things as far as, I've been told in the past that I try to tell people what they can feel. And so it's going to be this fine line of telling them how I want this managed and without telling them how they can feel. So that is my next challenge and something I need to sit with. And that's it for today. So again, I am good. I did leak a little bit as far as my tears initially, but it was more like, oh my God, this is real. And then they went away. I didn't have them. I got lots of hugs from my household, and we're ready to tackle this. And I had my Tom there to give us some stats. So anyway, thank you for watching this, and I will be back with more information on how this journey unfolds.